Camera 5. Camera 7, tilt up. Ready, gold green. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by the lights. Camera 6, pan right. And action. Welcome to Smackdown! Oh my god, this is great!
WWF Smackdown 2 Know Your Role is by far my favorite wrestling game and even one of my favorite fighting games of all time. And that's saying a lot because if you've watched my videos for a while, you know I don't like fake fighting. I don't like arcade fighters. I don't like wrestling games like, you know, WWE style wrestling. I'm more like a boxing, mixed martial arts type of guy. I enjoy realistic physics and realistic combat. And I'm not just talking about the combat once you're in the gameplay, playing with a gigantic roster of various wrestlers from the late 90s to early 2000s. The game is comprehensive in every aspect. Basically anything you can think of in a wrestling or fighting game is in this game. A ton of different kinds of matches, from making your own pay-per-view to going through the story mode with a character or multiple characters, to regular matches, to handicap matches, to matches on ladders, to matches where you have to just bust your opponent through a table and KO him like that, and even the ability to create your own character. And the amount of different varieties you have in making your character is absolutely breathtaking. I'm not just talking about aesthetically with the way your character looks, I'm talking about moves. You can give your character dozens and dozens and dozens of special moves, which you unlock in the career mode as you progress through the career and unlock new superstars and characters yourself. For this playthrough, I created my own alter ego. Something I do in the darkness of night, because I am Captain Sex Danger, the superhero that warns teenagers about unprotected sex and teen pregnancy. I fly through the rooftops by night, fighting the henchmen of my evil arch-nemesis, Farrah Abraham. The combat of the game, well, it's as smooth as you can get. I mean, seriously. In terms of pure combat mechanics, it is right up there with UFC games, Knockout Kings, and Fight Night games. For a wrestling game, this is the best combat I have ever played. You have your triangle button for dodge and evade moves. Then you have your X button for performing various melee attacks. Your circle button performs grapples, and of course there's a ton of different grapples depending on where you're standing, how you're moving, and what kind of character you're using. Finally, the triangle button makes you run, which is a good way to get out of nasty situations or just rush at someone and then perform a grapple or some kind of melee attack. These basic controls mixed up in the gameplay together create just this comprehensive and brilliant fighting strategy that I have just never seen in a wrestling game up to that point, and really never since. Everything about this game is classic, from the music to the actual pictures while the game is loading. I mean, I'm sitting here watching the load screen pictures and I'm getting all these memories rushing back into my head from when I was playing this game as a kid with my friend or by myself. Look, I invested hundreds of hours into this game and created dozens and dozens of characters when I was a kid. And you know what? That was not time wasted, because every minute of those hours I played this game, I had fun with it. I mean, I was never into wrestling. Sometimes, just because I had a lot of friends that were into wrestling as a kid, I would watch it sometimes with them. I would talk about it with them a little bit, just because of peer pressure, but I was never a fan. You know what? This game made me a fan of wrestling in that small pocket of time when this game takes place. I mean, I basically know everything about wrestlers from like the late 90s to early 2000s. I know all their moves, I know all the fights they had, I know all the people they were teamed up with, I know all their rivalries, basically because of this game. I was not a fan of wrestling, but I was such a big fan of this game that I got invested in the characters. Smackdown 2 is a straight-up classic, and you know what? It still stands the test of time. I mean, the combat is so good, even a kid who was like born in the year 2000 can pick this game up right now and will enjoy it. The graphics might not be anything special, but the actual gameplay mechanics are so tight, they are absolutely worthy to be judged by new-gen standards. Smackdown 2 gets a very deserving stanburdman rating of a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.